You are beautiful beyond description, too marvelous for words, too wonderful for comprehension, like nothing ever seen or heard. Who can grasp your infinite wisdom? Who can fathom the depth of your love? You are beautiful beyond description, majesty enthroned above. And I stand in awe of you. I stand in awe of you. Holy God, to whom all praise is due.
Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway, and I'm the preacher at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. We've been working our way through the book of Genesis as we've entered into the year 2022, and just reading one chapter a day, and that'll get us through this month and most of next month. And then we'll jump to another book and just work our way one chapter a day, just motivation to make sure that we study the Bible every day. And so thank you for joining me. We are in Genesis chapter 20 right now, Genesis 20, and looking at verses 12 through 13. I actually, chapters like this, it's fun to try to figure out what to talk about, especially when it's supposed to be a short devotion, short talk. And so I decided to go with this here. And I'm not going to get into brother and sister marriage as this is talking about also, but there's something else I wanted to look at. So here, Abraham and Sarah, his tribe, they've been wandering, of course, and they've entered into the land where Abimelech is living, and Abimelech took Sarah, but there's a reason, because Abraham didn't claim her as his wife. And so we got to this point here. He's approached Abraham about this because the Lord said he was going to kill him if he didn't. And so besides, she is indeed my sister, the daughter of my father, though not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. And when God caused me to wander in my father's house, I said to her, this is the kindness you must do to me at every place to which we come. Say of me, he is my brother. And so Abraham wasn't lying, as we like to say. He was just simply telling a partial truth. And so he didn't technically lie. But I just look at the consequences that had come upon, that had came from this partial truth, this kind of lie. Because I didn't say she was my wife. I said she was my sister, but that's a partial truth. She's my half sister, and yes, she is my wife, but we didn't lie. But yet, because they withheld the truth, they did take Sarah, and because he took Sarah, all his people, the Lord ended up closing up the wombs of all the women and of his people, of Abimelech's people, and they were unable to bear children at the time. And the Lord appeared to Abimelech and warned him if he did not return Sarah back to Abraham and ask him to pray for and bless him. There's consequences to what Abraham and Sarah had done. And all comes down to a partial truth and not telling the full truth, and telling maybe you might say a partial lie, because it's not fully telling the truth. And so, it goes back to even when the serpent tempted Eve. That was a partial truth. It wasn't a full-out lie or anything. He said, did God really say you're going to die? And he goes, well, you're not really going to die. You're also going to gain this knowledge and wisdom, which was true. She didn't physically die right off the bat. And so the serpent told a partial truth. And so we got to be careful about that. We got to be careful, because there's consequences that come with it, and it's not telling the full truth. And it's going down the path. And again, as God says in the New Testament, all liars, in Revelation, all liars shall enter into that lake of fire. And lying is part of Satan's craftiness, and we don't want to go down the path of Satan. So want to thank you for joining me today. I hope that everybody has a blessed day today. And again, if the Lord wills, I'll talk